NIT graduate attacks police outside the Gorakhpur temple in UP, brandishes a machete, uses religious slogans. The chief minister flies to Gorakhpur, meets the injured cops. The police say terror not ruled out. The merger of the HDFC twins lifts the markets. The Sensex up by over 1,200 points. The embattled Pakistani leader Imran Khan nominates the former Chief Justice of Pakistan as caretaker PM, even as Pakistan Supreme Court is hearing the dismissal of a no-confidence vote against the Prime Minister. Meanwhile, a defiant Imran Khan to lead protests against what he says is a foreign plot to overthrow his government. A scramble for books listed by private schools in Chandigarh. Long queues in Sector 19 till late in the evening. The police's help is sought. And the face of courage today, Rajasthan's hero cop who saves a child from a blaze during a communal riot. An IIT graduate attacked two policemen with a sharp weapon outside the Gorakhpur temple in Uttar Pradesh and tried to break into the temple while raising religious slogans. This was last evening. However, he was overpowered by a crowd. A terror attack cannot be ruled out. The UP police has said the Gorakhpur temple is the headquarters of the Gorakhnath League, of which the Uttar Pradesh chief minister is head priest.
In an already polarized atmosphere, an assault on Sunday evening on policemen outside the Gorakhnath temple in eastern UP, where Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Adityanath is chief priest. The police says the accused is 29-year-old Ahmed Murtaza Abbasi, a Gorakhpur resident who graduated from the prestigious IIT Bombay in 2015. These videos show Abbasi waving what appears to be a curved, sickle-shaped weapon and lunging at the policemen and shopkeepers who try to catch him. Two cops have been injured, but they are recovering. While the motive behind the attack remains unclear, the UP police say they cannot rule out terror. Murtaza has been charged by the UP police with attempt to murder and promoting enmity on the grounds of religion.
उस व्यक्ति के पास से जो चीजें बरामद हुई हैं, वो उन चीजों को देख के लगता है कि एक गंभीर बड़ी साजिश की तैयारी थी और इसमें जैसा कि एसीएस होम साहब ने बताया कि हम लोग इस चीज से इनकार नहीं कर सकते कि आज के डेट में कि आतंकी घटना नहीं थी। अगर ये व्यक्ति अंदर प्रवेश कर जाता तो जहां आम व्यक्ति दर्शनार्थी वगैरह हैं उनको बहुत ही ज़्यादा क्षति पहुंच सकती थी और स्थिति बेकाबू भी हो सकती थी। तो मौके पर मौजूद अधिकारियों ने बहुत ही संयम का परिचय देते हुए उसको गिरफ्तार किया है।
In these videos, a crowd is seen throwing rocks at Murtaza, who is finally pinned to the ground. This video of his first interrogation at a Gorakhpur hospital last night appears to show the accused giving incoherent answers to questions posed by policemen. A laptop, mobile phone and an air ticket have been recovered from Murtaza, according to the UP police. But no further details have been given so far. Murtaza's father claims his son was under depression for many years and was suicidal.
कंटिन्यूअस जो था बीमार रहता था, अब मतलब कुछ दिन करता था, कुछ दिन लीव से विदाउट पे हो जाती थी। काफ़ी दिन चलाया। जब मैं रिटायर होके आ गया तो मैं उसको छोड़ नहीं सकता था कि मेंटली स्टेबल नहीं था।
The family was based in Mumbai and shifted back to Gorakhpur 2 years ago. The Gorakhnath temple is perhaps one of Uttar Pradesh's most high profile because of the Chief Minister's association with it. Mr. Adityanath has represented Gorakhpur in Parliament multiple times and recently won the state election too from the Gorakhpur urban seat. With Salim Khan and Vineet Verma, this is Alok Pandey, NDTV.
And the Haridwar hate monger Yati Narsinganand, out on bail more than a month ago, on Sunday delivered another hate speech in the national capital. The provocative speech, where he reiterated his call for the use of weapons against Muslims, was delivered at a religious function in Burari, Northeast Delhi on Sunday. 3 FIRs have been lodged in connection with the event, but no arrests have been made yet. One of the FIRs names Yati, another names unknown people, a third is regarding journalists who were beaten up at the event, who were trying to cover this event. Arrested in January for organizing an event in Haridwar that featured calls for genocide of Muslims, Narsinganand was released on bail on the 18th of February. The Delhi police was present at this event on Sunday to maintain law and order. Now, of course, this begs the question as to what were the cops doing if permission was not granted in the first place for this event.
उधर एक एक मुसलमान ने कसम खाई कि जिस दिन इस देश का निजाम हमारे हाथ में होगा, हम इस मंदिर को तोड़ेंगे और दोबारा से मस्जिद बनाएंगे। केवल 2029 में भारत का प्रधानमंत्री मुसलमान होगा, केवल 2029 में।
Yati Narsinganand, the head priest of Ghaziabad's Dasna Devi temple and an accused in the Haridwar hate speech case, makes another hate speech, and this time in the national capital. Yati was given bail by Haridwar District Court in February in the hate speech case. In the bail order, District Court had barred Narsinganand from giving any inflammatory speeches, participate in any such event in the future, and intimidating witnesses. During the event, the supporters of Yati Narsinganand not only stopped journalists present there from covering the event, but also thrashed 5 journalists, snatched their phones, deleted the footage and made communal remarks. Meanwhile, the police claim that the event took place without a permission from the authorities. According to the police, no permission was given for the event. Organizers did not take permission from the DDA. Delhi police also did not give permission for the event. Despite denial of permission, Hindu Mahapanchayat was held. Around 700 to 800 people were in attendance at the hate event. Police were present to maintain law and order.
This is the Burari ground in Delhi, where the Hindu Mahapanchayat event was organized on 3rd of April in the presence of police. And while the police claims that no permission was given by them for this event, the question that still remains is that why was it allowed to take place?
Police, after failing to prevent the event from happening, has now initiated action against the hate mongers. 3 FIRs have been filed against Delhi hate conclave. Repeat hate monger Yati Narsinganand has been named in 1 FIR. He has been accused of promoting enmity between groups on grounds of religion, hate speech and disobedience of order by public servant. 2 other FIRs have been filed against unknown persons. Those FIRs are based on complaints from journalists.
Barely a month back, Yati Narsinganand was able to get bail in a case under hate speech laws that are relatively easily bailable, despite the Haridwar gathering making genocidal death threats against the Muslims of the country and even threatening the Indian state with an armed insurrection. And now, despite him repeating his offence, the Delhi police is yet to arrest Yati Narsinganand or any other organizers of this event in the national capital. With camera person Ashok Mahale and colleague Mukesh Singh Sengar, I'm Akshay Dongre for NDTV.
And petrol and diesel prices were hiked on Monday yet again, this time by 40 paise a litre each, taking the total increase in rates in the last 2 weeks to 8 rupees 40 paise per litre. Petrol in Delhi will now cost 103 rupees 81 paise per litre as against 103 rupees 41 paise per litre, while diesel rates have gone up from 94 rupees to 95 rupees. Now, according to a price notification of state fuel retailers, rates have increased across the country. They vary from state to state depending on the incidence of local taxation. But this is the 12th increase in prices since the ending of a 4.5-month-long hiatus in rate revisions on the 22nd of March. In all, petrol prices have gone up by 8 rupees 40 paise per litre. And it's not just petrol. What about CNG prices? Well, they've we've seen a 7th hike in CNG prices too. CNG prices have gone up by about 8 rupees 50 paise per kg this year alone. The 7th hike in CNG prices comes after 5 consecutive increases in March, and on the 1st of April, CNG in Delhi is up by 2 rupees 50 paise per kg, and it now costs 164 rupees per kg. And the market surged on Monday as the HDFC twins declared their merger. The Sensex surged 1,335 points, ending at 60,611. The Nifty gained 382 points, closing at 18,053. Stocks rallied on the announcement of a merger of the HDFC Bank with the Housing Development Finance Corporation, and the lender posting better numbers for the quarter and year ending March.
It's a merger of equals and it's a friendly merger. It's not at all hostile. As the son grows older, he acquires the father's business. So that's all happening here, nothing more.
An early morning announcement from India's largest home loan lender, HDFC, which will be merged with HDFC Bank, one of India's largest private sector banks. HDFC owns 41% of HDFC Bank, but the new entity will be known as HDFC Bank and is likely to become India's largest private sector lender. The reason for the merger: increasing clientele by using each other's strengths and changing regulatory atmosphere, which helps the merger. But the deal is far from done. For the merger to be effective, approvals of insurance regulators, pension regulators, SEBI, RBI, Competition Commission of India, NCLT and the shareholders will be required, a process that will take 18 months. Regulators are yet to clear the deal, but Deepak Parekh, HDFC chairman, says it will come through.
You need large banks in India. RBI is encouraging NBFCs to become banks.
The ability to cross-sell products to customers will obviously significantly increase post the effective date of the transaction, because mortgage customers can now get all the banking products. Banking customers who've taken only banking products can now get the mortgage product. So cross-sell opportunity will be significantly better.
HDFC says the merger is a natural progression and all other issues like synchronization of resources will not be a problem. When this deal is done, it will put HDFC Bank comfortably ahead of its competitors in terms of numbers vis-a-vis the private sector. Financial experts say there's no debate on the size of this new entity, and it is indeed a behemoth. As the stock markets emphatically approved of the merger, one only hopes shareholders and more importantly regulators also agree. In Mumbai with camera person Praveen Ji Rohit, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
And Parliament passed the Criminal Procedure Identification Bill 2022, while the opposition says this bill is against the citizens of India's fundamental rights. The Home Minister said that members of Parliament should not worry at all about the misuse of this bill, adding that one cannot delay the employment of advanced technologies in the criminal justice system.
1920 से जो स्थापित है वो बंदी सिनाज कानून आज कई दृष्टि से अपने आप में लॉ इन्फोर्समेंट एजेंसियों की ताकत बढ़ाने में आज एक समय से कालबाह्य हो गया है। इसलिए ये विधेयक उचित समय पर लाया गया है। अतः मेरा आप सबसे अनुरोध है कि इस पर सब अपने अपने विचार रखें। नहीं मैं कभी किसी को नहीं डांटता हूं, मेरी आवाज जरा ऊंचा है, मेरी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग डिफेक्ट है। दिस बिल इज फ्रॉड with a danger of serious infringement upon the territory of freedom, individual right and civil liberties. मैं शुरू में ये सलाह देना चाहते हैं सरकार को कि मोदी जी से लेकर अमित शाह जी के लेकर मैं अधीर चौधरी सब के खिलाफ कभी ना कभी केस दर्ज हुआ था। तो शुरू कीजिए हम सबको ये डीएनए, ये बायोलॉजिकल जो तरह की यहाँ जो प्रोफाइलिंग करने की जो सलाह दिया गया है, ये सारे सलाह हम खुद शुरू करें।
And Pakistan Supreme Court has adjourned until Tuesday a hearing on whether the rejection of the no confidence motion against Prime Minister Imran Khan and the decision to call early polls by dissolving the assembly is illegal. Now, the Chief Justice has said that a reasonable order will be issued on the legality of the current political situation in the country. Imran Khan, meanwhile, nominated former Chief Justice as Pakistan's former Chief Justice of Pakistan in the post of the caretaker PM. Legal experts say that if the court rules that the Deputy Speaker was out of line, then Parliament will reconvene and hold that no confidence vote. But if it doesn't, then Pakistan is heading into early elections. Meanwhile, a defiant Imran Khan is to lead protests against what he says is a foreign plot to overthrow his government.
तो मैं आवाम को सिर्फ ये भी बताना चाहता हूँ कि ये क्यों चाहते हैं कि हुकूमत बहाल हो और इन किसी तरह ये जो उन्होंने खरीदे हुए हैं लोग इनके जरिए गवर्नमेंट में आए। सबसे पहले इसकी वजह ये कि इनकी कोशिश मेरी 3.5 साल में एक ही कोशिश रही है NRO लेने की। NRO का मतलब ये है कि इनके ऊपर करप्शन केसेस हैं, बेल पे हैं। इनकी सारी कोशिश ये है कि इक़्तिदार में आएंगे, ये आके नैब को ख़त्म करेंगे, इनके केसेस ख़त्म होंगे और ये होगा NRO 2 लेंगे। NRO 1 जनरल मुशर्रफ ने दिया था, सारे इनके करप्शन केसेस तब माफ हुए थे।
All right, I want to go across to some city news, and in Chandigarh, as the new academic session is set to begin, buying new books for their children, for the students who are to start school tomorrow, is proving to be no less than an ordeal for parents in Chandigarh. So let's go across to Ghazali. So Ghazali, it seems like there are these lines in queues late into the night before the classes are to begin, so much so that even the police have had to be called in. What's going on?
Yeah, in most of these private bookshops, you will see parents queuing up in long queues waiting to purchase books and uniform. And after receiving complaints and after reports surfaced and videos came out from different bookshops in Chandigarh, the UT Education Department has issued an order asking all the private schools to ensure that parents are not forced to purchase books, uniforms or any other articles from particular shop. Because even in previous and many such orders in the past, the UT Education Department had issued such orders asking the government or the private schools as well to follow the NCERT books. But the parents say what the schools do is that they sort of issue or ask parent to purchase books of other publications, and these books are often found on a specific bookshop. So and parents accuse this is sort of an arrangement between the private schools and the bookshops, and this is their primary grievance, that before the session commences they have to stand in line in the queue outside the bookshops. And this is happening every year despite the issue being brought to the notice of the Education Department. And we saw that this is exactly the order was passed in Punjab a couple of just last week, when the Chief Minister said that private schools will have to break this entire monopoly of a particular shop or asking parents to purchase books or uniforms from one specific shop. Rather, it should be available or they should be allowed to purchase it from any shop. Now, since UT Education Department has again issued the orders, we'll have to see whether parents get any reprieve or the system continues.
All right, thanks for that. And that's news at this hour. Bye-bye.